everybody, I'm Eric the Counselor.
And I'm Dez Perry.
This is a lifestyle show
About improving your mental health.
You ready?
Let's experience mental health.
What's
Recording
up?
audio.
What's up? We
Audio's already
We
recording.
live. We in the studio.
Look at it.
Everything
Let me
good?
see.
We're in another
Let me see.
episode, man. This is it.
But producer Bay, is you recording?
She said she recording this on, man.
I
This
just
is
gotta
another
be sure.
episode.
Can I be sure?
Yes. What's up, y'all? Welcome to today's edition of Experience Mental Health. I am Eric the Counselor.
And it's your boy Dez Perry.
And today we got a topic that most of y'all are going to be able to relate to, if not everybody listening
Well,
to this show.
Yeah, at least the ones in the relationship. If you in a relationship,
Right.
hopefully
Because those of you who are like just kind of dating it,
just out here,
You don't
it
have
don't
these
matter.
problems.
This problem.
You don't seem to have this
what's
problem.
the topic, Eric? What is the topic?
So today's topic is coming from an article I read in GQ, and I shared this with you, and I was like, man,
You
we need
did.
to talk about this. And the
Yeah.
article from GQ magazine is titled, "What to Do When Your Partner Wants Sex and You Don't."
You know what's so crazy? What is so crazy? When you text that to me, it's like, hey, man, we should do this about the show. I literally ran into that problem the night before.
The day before.
The day before. I was like,
I
oh,
was
dang.
like 2 days post my experience.
You was, okay.
Right. Maybe
It was
3.
definitely
That's a
the
few
night before. I was
days.
just like, is this man in my life?
You know,
Do
but
he
you know, the thing is, you know,
Mhm. Everybody's
we're
kind of
not the only one struggling with it.
Yeah.
And it don't really have to be a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, the question is, what do you do when you are ready, but when your partner is not quite ready?
Yeah.
What do you do? What are you supposed to do about that?
I was going to say, what do you do? Tell
What do I do?
us 2 days. So 2 days before or 2 days earlier, what did you do?
I didn't do nothing. I just decided I went to sleep. I just
What
went
else
on
can
ahead
you
on,
do?
Went to sleep, and
That's all you can do.
that was that. But prior to, this is like backstory. Like I used to feel some kind of way. Like,
yeah.
what do you mean? Like, what's the deal? Like,
Yeah.
well, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And you know, so me and my wife, we would have conversations about, you know, she would ask me like, do you want to have sex every day? I'm like, no, not every day, but I probably think about it every day.
Yeah.
And she's like, you think about it every day? Like, how could you? I don't have time to think about it
Yeah.
with all the other stuff I got going on. And I understand, you know. And so what I've learned is like, you know, when you're with especially if you're in a relationship like I'm in, I'm a male, and with my wife, you know, you got to have the mood right. Like women don't seem to always be in the mood.
Right.
You know, especially when you have kids. I don't have kids yet, but when that happens, I got
That's why we ain't rushing.
sad. I got bad
That's why we ain't
news.
rushing.
It's gonna get worse.
Is it?
It is. I'm sorry, because your kids are gonna take up time. They gotta eat. They gotta have baths, and you might be helping with all that. But if your wife, if Jackie's the primary person doing it, and it's easy to think like, okay, if I think about my wife's day, it's like, well, she is pretty much doing something all day.
All day.
But I don't care what I got going on.
Yeah.
I could have did everything in the world that
and
day.
been ready.
That ain't gonna stop it.
Been ready.
Let me see what do you do?
No,
What did you do?
so right. Taking it back to that experience as well. Cause we're still early in the relationship. So I may have gotten my feelings a little. Altogether, we've been together 4 years dating, 2 years married,
6
so about
years.
6
That's a
years.
good little minute, man.
Right, good little minute. So, you know, I may have slid in my feelings for a hot second, but, you know, remembering that, you know what I'm saying, hey, she probably just don't feel like it, or she's just not in the mood or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying, I was just like, it's whatever, maybe another day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Went ahead and went to sleep.
You just went on ahead and went to sleep.
Yeah, what else can I do? What else am I gonna do?
Some men feel like their wife gotta give it
Has
to them,
to.
no matter what.
And I've heard
Even if they
women
take
say
it
that.
like forcefully.
I heard women say that because
And it's like, hold on, that ain't really gonna be all that enjoyable. You know, if you
It-
forcing
no,
somebody.
Because honestly, when I think about it, I wouldn't even want it really if she's really not into it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you, if she's not into it, it's just, you know, she's just laying there and it's like, okay, I'm not even into it no more now.
I heard
You know?
Mike Epps in a comedy show. He was talking about. He said, what did he say? Something about ain't nothing worse than but JJ that don't want you. Something like that.
Is that what he said? But JJ,
No,
he exactly.
I try to keep it. You know, I like but JJ, poom poom. You know, whatever you want to call it.
Poom
But, hey, you know,
But no. I see what you're saying.
The problem is like some men. Look, guys, you cannot make a person have sex with you just because you married to that person. That's just not. That's still a violation. And you see stuff on the internet like, is it rape? Yes, it's rape. Even if you married to a person, if you violate
sex
them,
without consent is rape.
Period. It just doesn't matter
Even
if
if
you're
she's your wife.
And guys are like, I don't care what happened. If I want to have sex,
she gotta give it up.
I don't see it like that, man. It don't go down
Actually,
like that.
I said, if she ain't even trying to give it up, I don't want it.
You don't want it?
I don't even want it. After a while, I mean, I may still want it.
I don't lie. Tell it.
I was gonna say I may still want it, but then it'd be like, you know what? All right.
So what would be a way to turn you down that would be okay?
Hey, that's a great question.
How does she need to say?
I mean,
and you'd be like, oh, okay.
Really, honestly, she don't need to turn me down, but
she don't need to. How could she
but
turn
if she
down
does turn me
sexual
down,
chocolate,
and it's right, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how can you say no to this girl? I just got my hair cut. What are you saying? Do you see this mustache? It is trimmed up. You said no.
That cocaine line mustache. What? You keep the cocaine line mustache.
And so, I'm okay. The way you can let me down easy without me being in my feelings. I'm probably gonna get in my feelings anyways. Just be like, babe, not tonight.
Not tonight, honey.
Not tonight, please. Maybe. And then you gotta give me hope for the future. You gotta be like, maybe tomorrow. Or even just tell me tomorrow, I'm gonna be ready. Tomorrow.
Then what happens when tomorrow comes in?
That I'm just talking about tonight. We ain't thinking that far.
I mean, that's what she let you down with saying tonight. No, but
you gotta give me hope for the future though. Maybe another time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you, have you ever told your wife you didn't want to do it? Not in the mood?
No.
I have.
No, I never have. I don't think I ever have.
I have.
I'm usually I'm usually the initiator. I mean, she initiates some as well, but it's usually me.
Well, that's probably the that's the common story amongst men.
Yeah. So I don't think I'm seriously thinking. I don't think I've ever said, you know what, babe, not tonight. I'm tired. I'm just been working all day. I've never said that.
Well, y'all
just like
stay together longer. You'll get there.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, I don't know. Maybe. But you know what? It was a really good conversation that we had because I even took some time to really just ask about it. You know what I'm saying? So asking about when is a good time to initiate or act, when find out when you're in the mood.
I think what I've learned, you gotta get them in the mood, like all day long, texting, flirting.
So that's
all
what she told me. That's what she told me. So first of all, put your hand down. She in the building. That's why we shouldn't have had this conversation.
We try to get him not to do this.
I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. I'm not even
decided to do it.
I'm not even gonna look at her. I'm not even looking at her.
She's taking it like a pro.
That is exactly what she told me.
That's what she gotta
she
do,
was
man.
like, it's an all day thing. You know what I'm saying? From you texting me or you giving me some affirmations or whatever. Hey. You do the laundry, clean the kitchen, cook dinner, get a hot bath ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All that is like the floor play that leads up to it. So when she get to the room, then she ready.
Yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
And sometimes I just be ready, and I ain't did none of that. And so then now I'm like, well, dang, bro, I just got to go to sleep.
You got to put the work in. Like, I mean, really, and it actually is kind of fun while you're sending the text messages back and forth throughout the day.
You be sending text messages?
Yeah.
What you be sending?
I told you, I've sent you. Did I send you some?
No, you told me. You send a certain emoji.
Yeah, the eggplant. I'm doing good when my wife sent me the eggplant with the little splash. I'm doing good. It wouldn't happen. But hey, why not?
Okay.
You were doing it before you married, maybe. And you got to keep that spice going because, you presenting the same thing every time. And so you got to keep it juicy, I was going to say keep it juicy.
Keep it juicy.
I don't want to get too explicit. So, all right, so like, what am I thinking
right.
about?
Okay, so my question is,
what's the question?
This being experienced mental health,
right?
You know what I'm saying? How may this affect,
The relationship?
The
Oh,
relationship.
it's bad. Like, there's been times we about to die on that camera.
No, we not.
Okay, I did this blinking, so I didn't know the red light blinking. Okay,
Here.
Anytime, like,
here.
so I'm gonna be honest. There's been some droughts in my marriage, right?
What's the longest
Ooh,
that you remember?
too long. Let's put it that way. Too long.
How many months?
Multiple.
More than 2?
More than 2. It's happened.
That's cool. That's cool. It happens.
And guess what happened? I ended up getting depressed.
Dang.
I was depressed and
Dang, Tiff.
and angry.
Why
and,
you do my mans like that?
You know, it was just bad.
Yeah.
And then it happens though when you're not.
But
having
there
that
wasn't no
intimacy.
issues between you all or nothing like that. It was just.
I mean, there were issues.
Okay.
You know, and this was during the time where my wife is pregnant, so there's that also.
Oh well, yeah.
And so I'm struggling. Like,
That's kind of weird. I wouldn't even want to do that while she pregnant. That's like another person in the room. That's not okay.
another person in the room.
Like, bro,
Well,
my
I
child
get-
is in there,
well,
and I'm not doing that.
Let's come back around to this
I'm not
conversation
doing that.
when y'all
Okay.
get pregnant, and then see what you think about it. But one of the problems that my wife told me is that it takes up a lot of energy, time and energy to have sex.
It's true. It's a workout.
And so it's definitely
It's
a
a
workout.
workout because it could be wintertime, but it's finna warm up real quick. That fan got to come on.
The fan's probably
fan
already
got
on.
going.
And she was like, sometimes you can agree to have a quickie.
Yep. We talked about that.
I'm
We
like,
talked about that.
hey, you know, if
And
that's
that
what you
was my
wanna do,
question.
I'm
When do
like,
I know when it's a quickie time?
You're not gonna know
When do
this.
I know?
You're not gonna know.
This is the all night
Let
thing.
it go. You're not gonna ever know.
She said,
Unless she says it.
She told me that you got to read the room. I
Well,
said, okay.
Read the
All
room.
right,
Well, you
now
might
I'm
want to ask
reading.
her about reading the room.
No,
because
we're not gonna bring her in. We're not
now
bringing
I'm
her in.
saying, you know, when you're
But-
at home in private,
Right.
like, what does
so
that
she
mean?
was saying. So she was saying, you know what I'm saying, like, consider she got up early, she went to work,
Yeah.
she came home, she went somewhere with me,
Mm-hmm.
she just want to relax for a little bit. Like it's she did
Still
a
not
lot.
gonna know. I don't care what.
Right,
you
that's
do.
what I'm saying. Right, honestly, because
You ain't
I
gonna
did a
ever
lot
know.
today. Did you ask me what I did today? You didn't ask me.
Ain't none of that gonna be important to me though. Whatever I did that day, that might be the one thing that
It
I've
don't
been
matter.
waiting on to do
Yeah,
all
yeah.
day. Like throughout all this, I don't care. I could
Right,
be going through
right.
hell and high water.
Right, but
It's
it's time.
It could be
It
just like
is
that.
time.
It's ready to go. So,
But
let me.
But I did.
What'd you do?
Counter the question with, you know, so when is a good time?
Yeah.
And she said, you know, when there's not a lot going on,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, when she's relaxed, you know, there's like time and she's not worrying about other things again.
Yeah.
But how do I know that? That, you know,
You gotta read the room, bro.
clearly I'm
Take
looking at
your
the
wife's
walls. What-
advice. So what
the
about?
walls
I hear
say?
a lot of men say that it's easier to have sex when you are single, and then when you get married to that same person, it's like, hey, what's the deal? Like, what happened?
Comes a
and now
workout.
now it's like
Yeah.
a chore. Like you know, it's like
you got to do things. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe like before,
is it a
y'all
trap?
both was ready to go. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Y'all both was ready to go. Now,
Maybe not.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know if it just switches like
You
that,
know?
right? Like,
But it's like now I feel like, you know, when I don't know, because honestly,
honestly,
like sex
I'ma
is
tell
not
what the
the
GQ
number
magazine
one
said.
thing in the marriage. Honestly,
it's not. No, I'm
It's
just
up
saying.
there. For me,
Some people it is.
for some people,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not. And I feel like because sex can get old after a while. You
Can
know what
it?
I'm saying?
No, you can't let it get old. because-
Okay. So I guess what I'm saying is
What you saying?
it can have like, you know, sex is good and you enjoying it, but you know what I'm saying, it could, you know, dang, maybe I am saying that.
Get boring. You get tired of it. Nah, I mean, you know, you can't let that happen.
You gotta. So you saying that you gotta keep it spicy. You gotta keep it
You gotta do. Yeah,
new things.
you can do things like looking up like different positions you can try.
Okay.
I mean, really, you can do what you got to be willing to explore, do different things. But you know, you gotta talk to your
You know
mate about
the foreplay, role play.
whatever you need to do. You know,
You ever role played?
have we ever rolled? I don't think so. I don't think that's one of the things. But maybe we should
I'm
try
too
that.
silly for that. it would. We won't even get to it because we just gonna be laughing the whole time. It'll be a whole theater production. If that would happen.
So let me see what GQ says about if you're struggling with this. It says make it 100% crystal clear that you're not down for sex, and it just simply says, "Hey, I'm not up for sex tonight." That's one thing. It says acknowledge and encourage the intimacy of the moment. What does that mean? And the intimacy of the moment. Like I need, we really not just looking for the intimacy of the moment.
Right.
For us, it's a release. It's fun. Actually, sex is kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's like recreation.
Yeah.
Some people think that sex is only for recreation, but recreation and recreation are spelled the exact same way.
They are.
If I'm not mistaken.
I'm not gonna back you. I don't know. I gotta look that up.
Recreation, recreation. So sex could be like recreation in a marriage. It's like PE. It's like going to PE.
Going to the gym.
It can be fun. It don't always have to be like this deeply sexual, like romanticized.
Right.
But it could just be fun. Like there's been times where me and the wife will have fun and be like, oh, that was fun, and it was fun. Had a good time.
Right.
Hey,
I'm not gonna ask you what did y'all did or nothing like that.
She gonna be like, she listen to the show. Don't listen to this episode with the kids, honey, because they probably don't
get the babies out the room.
Yeah, don't do that. Let's do that. It says you can suggest something else that you're up for. That's a good one though.
Yeah.
Like if you're not necessarily wanting to have sex because for whatever reason, what else can you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else can you do to still have that moment of intimacy?
Yeah, intimacy, yeah.
Because that's really one of the things that I think people are looking for, at least me. It's like the intimacy part of it. It's not always the physicalness of it, but it's the intimacy. And so if there's some things that you can do instead of, having intercourse, or, maybe your wife doesn't want to have intercourse, but maybe she was willing to, have oral sex. I mean, let's just be all the way real with it.
All the way
maybe
real with
a
it.
hand job, or whatever you got to do, and that might be cool.
Yeah.
You look,
I was just like, okay, no, yeah.
But really though,
compromise.
Like, some type of I'm serious. Like,
yeah.
And, we grown folks here. I mean, it's okay. And me and the wife, we had these conversations.
Yeah, but I think that was like a really good learning point for me is to have the conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? To fully understand your mate and your partner instead of I just assumed you was gonna do that, or I just assumed you knew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then really they may not know, but you're not going to know until you have the conversation.
Yeah, and people are scared to talk to their mates about certain things. Which I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess it's I don't know. I don't see how that's going to be helpful.
Human nature or something like that. But but that was one thing that I always took the time to make sure that I did, even when we were dating. Ask those difficult questions up front. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna know,
and you need to know
the likes and dislikes.
Front.
You know what I'm saying?
What do you like?
Right.
What do you not like?
Right. Well, you know what I'm saying? Even like throwing out scenarios, if we was in this type of situation, how would you react type thing? You know what I'm saying? I always, you know what I'm saying, kind of thought about that because you want to honestly hear them say how they are in those type of situations. Because otherwise you're not going to know. That situation happens, then they're reacting in a way that you didn't even expect. You like, girl, I didn't even know you was going to be this mad about it,
Right.
You know?
So, another thing that I hear a lot, I do hear this when the wife, and this is like on Facebook and the groups that I'm in for married men and just other places. And a lot of men, they're like, shit, if you don't want to have sex with me, I'm just going to go watch some porn and just take care of myself. Then that becomes a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
And that's really not the best way to handle that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or
porn just makes you just feel nasty afterwards. Yeah. You just be like ashamed of yourself.
Right? Like, what am I doing? You're like, this is not, And then what's funny? Like, and now we just, our audience should know by now that we're going to just come all the way, say it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I should even go that far with this one.
Stop
might be too far. Let me see how I can say this. Never mind.
We ain't gonna put this episode out now. I'm just playing.
I mean, it's okay. Some guys have side pieces. You know what I'm saying? I know.
So you saying that if they not getting it from their wife,
they got
they
an
think
alternative.
it's okay. Oh, I'm gonna just go over here.
I had a man tell me that his side piece saved his marriage. He said,
Did it?
if it wasn't, they still him and I guess I assume him and his wife are still married. They had been married for about 20 years at the time. And he said, man, if it wasn't for my side piece, saved my marriage.
You know, and it's crazy that men really think that's okay.
Yeah, man, I don't think that's okay.
I don't think that's okay at all. First of all, but I done heard plenty of times when a woman says she never denies her husband or man or whatever because she don't want him to do that.
Right.
So even if she don't feel like it, she's just gonna be
I've heard women
right,
sometimes say that that's what is necessary. Not because she's afraid he's going to sleep with somebody else, but just because she understands that, you know, that's what.
And I think going back to what I was trying to explain earlier about, you know, saying sex not being everything. You know, I think really what I was trying to get to was that, you know what I'm saying, even if there is a lack of sex, you know what I'm saying, that's not what's keeping the marriage together and keeping it strong. You know what I'm saying?
Because having sex?
Yeah. Like I'm not with you because of the sex specifically. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like when I think about, you know, my wife, I don't want to be with nobody else because of the things that you do for me. You know what I'm saying? Outside of just sex. It's like how you care for me, how you care for our family and things like that. So I'm not trying to ruin any of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For somebody over here.
Moments of pleasure.
You know what I'm saying?
That you're gonna regret.
That's really all it is. That's really all it is.
And I don't know. I haven't cheated on my wife. You know, black men don't cheat.
Hit that right. Yes, sir.
I haven't. So I don't really know what it's like to, you know, go through with all that and do all that and deal with it. I just think it's better to just, you know, wife not in the mood that day or however long it is.
You gonna get some. Just hold off. You gonna
find out a better way to deal with it.
I always tell myself, look, she gonna want it one day. Eventually. And then I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
You remember we did the show about?
I'm still gonna get to you. I'm gonna get to you.
I think we mentioned this in another show that there's a lot of marriages are in what's called a sexless marriage, and that means you are having sex on average once a month or 10 times or less in a year, and that you know.
Do you think that's a problem?
It could be. I don't necessarily think it's. It was a problem. To be honest, it was a problem for me. You know, when I found myself in a pattern like that,
and I feel like it's all based on the couple. Like if that works for them,
right? Exactly.
Y'all do that
because some couples, sex, they're happy. You can be happy in a marriage without sex because sex is not like you're saying. If you look at I do this a lot in premarital counseling, like list in order, like ranking these particular things: sex, family, education, and so I've hardly ever seen sex number one. And so that tells me that sex is, like you're saying, not everything. And some people it's down at the bottom, like both. And so they can go without having sex. They find other ways to be
I feel like
intimate.
sex is like that bonus.
The bonus.
Like, well, we having sex too.
No, I think the sex is like having a clutch in a car. Like, come with it. It comes with marriage. Like,
like you got a manual and an automatic car.
No, I'm saying you buy a car. It's got not a clutch, but it's got a transmission.
Why are we using this as a car analogy? Where did that come from?
Why not?
It ain't making sense.
It makes sense.
Say it.
So sex in a marriage is like a car with a transmission. It's a part of it.
I got you. No, I got it. Because a car has transmission, marriage.
It just comes
come with the sex. Okay.
Yeah, but then again, you know, things change. People's bodies change and different things happen. But if your partner's not trying to have sex, the healthy thing to do is just say, hey, I'm not trying to have sex tonight. Yeah. And maybe find some other alternative, some other way that you can be intimate. And then until the sex comes. But I don't know if
I would have
having a boo or turning to porn or cheating.
The other night, I would have appreciated a cuddle session if she really wasn't in the mood. Just cuddle with me.
If you want to cuddle,
put me to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
I had a therapist
make me warm.
Look,
I'm looking at you.
Well, let's just sit back and let them talk right now. Let me just.
Anyways,
behind cameras, you don't want to say nothing. You know, let me just observe y'all's situation. I had a therapist tell me once, if you want a hug, give a hug. So if you want to cuddle, then just start cuddling.
Just start cuddling.
Yeah.
Dang, that's what I should have did. I should have just went over there and just got wrapped up.
Yeah.
All up on her.
So I want to talk about, have you heard of polyamorous relationships? So polyamorous is almost like polygamy.
Okay.
Polygamy is
Like
multiple
multiple,
wives,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So the polyamorous relationships is an idea that is like it's actually this is a new thing for me, but I've been looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you have multiple people in a relationship, but everybody's on one accord. Everybody agrees. It's there's rules, and it's not just about.
But you in a relationship with somebody else?
It's like me being in a relationship with my wife and having another woman that I'm in a relationship with, but my wife and this woman know each other. It's an agreement.
It's all good.
It's all good. Like there's rules. Like my wife may say, just don't bring it to the house or don't do this or whatever it might be. And then it's just like, it's all one big happy family. Look how you looking.
I don't know.
You're like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not for me. Let's put it like that. It's not for. Whoever likes that, that's out. It's not for me.
And it works. It tends to work because it is not just like a list a pass to just go have sex with who and whenever. It's not what that's about. But that's a thing. And some people that might be a solution. Because sometimes I've heard people there's guys that I know that are in like completely sexless marriages. They would love to have once a month or in a year's time. I know guys who have not had sex with their partners for over a year. And I don't see how that's healthy. I just don't know how.
And again, I think that just goes back to me just thinking, hey, maybe if that works for him, it's clearly working for him. If
it's not,
still,
what if it's not? I don't know.
I can't. To be honest, that might not be my business.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all just
not.
do your
thing.
Not.
It's not.
Keep it over there.
So let's say this. One last thing. You got to know, like, who. So I know how to get my wife to ready instantly. It could be just, she might not be in the mood, but I could turn it like a light switch. Definitely.
I ain't figured that out yet.
You got to figure it out.
I'm working on that, though.
It takes time.
It's definitely
But once you find out.
Oh, it's over.
It's like a switch. You got to know how to turn your. Look at that. We sitting back.
It's over with.
It's over with.
Girl, whatever.
I'm sorry, producer baby. I tried to tell him we maybe want to wait till you not here. He said, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So, yeah, you got to know what turns your mate on because it's all about a feeling for women.
Right.
You got to turn them on.
Definitely
we just ready to go. Like, it could be anything. But you got to figure out, you got to know your partner's body and know what turns them on, and that might be helpful. So, here's what you can do. You're ready and your partner's not ready. One, you got to think of maybe some alternatives. Have a conversation with your partner and say, what can we do in the times where you're not ready? What can we do? Let's cuddle. Let's watch a movie. Are there some other sexual activities that we can do?
Instead of the full thing.
Right. I just read about yoga sex. It's weird. It's it's yoga sex. And the thing is for the male not to ejaculate. You hold it in. And have like a internal. Look at internal situation. I need to do some more research on it.
Yeah,
I don't see.
I have to Google that later.
To see what's going on with that, but so the point is, have a conversation about things that you might be able to do instead of actually having intercourse.
Right.
What else did we say you can do? What else?
Really, what I was going to say is just having the conversation, like being straightforward and having that conversation with your partner, your spouse, or whoever, about their likes. So when is a good time? When is a not time? Try to understand and be understanding. I had to have an open mind. Let my own.
Yeah, and if you're not in the mood, or she's not in the mood, you have to say, I'm not in the mood. Like, don't let the flirting go on.
Yeah.
And all that. Yeah. The lead up, and then all of a sudden,
just be like, not tonight.
Well, just go ahead and set it up. If you notice that your partner's being a little flirtatious and they're doing things that lead towards it, and you're not in the mood, you just need to say, I'm not in the mood, and it's okay. It actually is your right to say that.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. No matter who. If it's like I said, I've been not in the mood before. And I don't really want to keep doing that. And I'm like, man, I ain't finna have my wife out here wanting something, and I ain't providing it because I don't want her, lingering
you got
or
the
thinking
eggplant
of
for
other
her.
things. I got the
eggplant for her.
She don't like it when I rub my hands like this. She like, what you doing? And doing this. doing this.
Girl,
right
you
here.
know what time it is, girl.
So you come in the room doing this like this, and she
That's
like, not
real
tonight,
cool.
honey. You like deflated, like.
Dang, all right, bitch.
So yeah, have that conversation about other things to do. Say you're not in the mood, and you have to respect it. And
Yeah.
I think you'll be all right.
Yeah,
We just, it's just something that we
that
want
was
to talk
good.
about.
That was good.
Have a good. If y'all got any other tips, be sure to
Yeah.
let us know on Instagram. Leave them on the page.
Leave them in the comments,
This is what-
DM
this
us,
is
let
what
us
you
know.
need to do. Don't DM me nothing. All right, I don't need none of
You
that.
can DM me, help me. I need some more tips.
You sure
I'm
about that?
trying to figure it out.
You sure? Because you might find yourself in trouble.
Shut your mouth. Here we go.
All right, y'all. That's it. We hope you enjoyed this episode today. We getting the message. What the producers? What we need to do? We done? We good? All right,
good.
y'all. Be sure again, EMH to 31996. Subscribe to the YouTube
Subscribe,
channel.
check us out.
Holler at us on Instagram. Let us know at EMH now.
Make it a great
Facebook.
foot. Oh,
We never
you ain't
talk about
ready.
our Facebook page, and we got like
Oh.
over 1,000 people on there.
Oh, well, check with you. Let them know now.
appreciate
Check us
y'all.
out.
We really
check
do
us out. Leave us a
appreciate
comment.
that.
Share the info.
That's
know
it,
what I'm saying?
folks.
Subscribe.
I'm out of here. That's
I'm
it.
gone.
Make it
All
a
right.
great day. Peace.